Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a review today of this Kobalt Cordless Tower Light. It is the item 49138887, model KTL 124B-03. Now I am aware before I bought this of one of the issues that I did not like about this lighting stand, and that is that when you turn on the lights, all three lights come on. They are not, you cannot shut one off, two off, and maybe just leave one at a time for situations where you only need the one light. And of course that would save battery life. So that was one of the negatives of why I didn't buy this originally. But as can be seen here, they've got this on sale for $99, regularly $169. That's $70 off. So for $70 off and at $99 plus tax, I'm okay with this. As an example, let's take a look at this Kobalt 24V Max 700 lumen LED rechargeable power tool flashlight. I have one that is selling for $60. And then let's take a look at this Kobalt 24V Max 1000 lumen LED rechargeable power tool flashlight. I've got two of those. Those are currently $69. So as you can see, for $99, that light, that tower light, even though you cannot have just one, two, or all three, you can't choose between that, I think at $99 it's a very good buy. So as to how this is shipped, in the box it's folded up as you can see there. Then it's got this honeycomb material in the base that it would set in, and then this sits on top in the box. So this whole thing is suspended inside this box. You'd really have to play hell to do any damage. I was very happy that they took care to do that. Now on the box it says 3000 lumens on high setting, up to 12-hour runtime. I'm going to test that. And here you see specifications. The lumens on high, medium, and low. The color temperature 4500K plus or minus 10%. Here we see the runtime, 12 hours on low setting with 4 amp hour battery. Well, no, that's on the low setting. I'm going to try all three, because obviously you can't select 1, 2, or 3. All three, I'm going to try them on high with the 4 amp hour battery, because I'm going to assume most people have the 4 amp hour. They may not have anything bigger, but the majority of people are going to have a 4 amp hour battery. And then we see the leg height adjustment, the collapsed height 3.3 feet, and the expanded height 7 feet. This does not come with a charger or battery. They are sold separately. So here guys, you see the light tower in its most compact folded configuration. And as you can see, it will set on its own, stand on its own in the corner of your garage, workshop, wherever it may be. Now to activate, to open the legs, they have this nice handle, which has got that nice rubbery feel. Very, very convenient and balanced. So it's in the position to where when you do carry this, it's balanced. But to open the legs, all one has to do is pull this trigger. Just like that. The legs are open. It's very, very easy, very smooth. And as you can see, there's a hole right here and there's one other hole down below that it'll go into. So there is no medium position. It's either closed or it's fully open, as you see here. And there really is no other reason to have any other positions because of the fact that this stand, or the light up here, opens up. Each leg has a hole in it should you want to put a screw or a nail in it to keep it from moving. The foot of each leg also has a rubber piece on it. And the battery compartment is at the very bottom here, at the very base. Here you see your switch, on and off. So, and I'll show you how it works with the lights, because the lights do have 3 settings. The initial is high, push it again, it's medium, push it again, it's low. So let's take a look at the top now. They've got a 1/4 stud up here that you can anchor, I guess. They show on their thing you can put one of their fans, which I have several of their fans, 24-volt fans up on here. The only problem is, no matter whatever you put up here, the lights will only go so far then before they may hit whatever you have on here. But they do offer that 1/4 stud, and then they have a cap to protect it. Here you can see I've attached one of the fans on top of that 1/4 stud. Problem is, as I thought, the use of the lights are somewhat useless. You can't open them up all the way. That's all the more you can. You'd have to rotate them. So if you wanted to use the lights with the fan on it, it's damn near impossible. It's really not something that is practical. The only good thing is you'd have a stand for your fan, whereas you could just set it up on something. So, but anyways, I just thought I would show that because that's what they were showing that you could do. Let's take a look at the lights now. So you've got 3 of them. All of them will move in this fashion, 180 degrees, from folded to straight up. And another thing that I noticed, which is nice, where you have anything that may interfere, the rubberized surface that is up on your thing, you know, at the very top that wraps the light unit, the rubber, that will hit here, okay, and not the actual surface of the light. So I like that. That's one of the things I looked at, is when it's fully in, would anything touch the glass? And none of them will. And let's just take a close-up look of one of these to see how it's made. Again, you have the rubberized surfaces, which are in black. Pivots back here. Each light is comprised of 10 LEDs that you see there. Okay, so let's open up each light. Now let's take a look at one other feature that these lights have. I'm going to fold these 2 down. They also rotate. So they go 270 degrees. From there all the way to there. And I like that they have a nice stiff feel. They're not loose. They all have a very stiff feel, so that way they won't flop around, including where you might set it this way. So obviously, if you want to illuminate a ceiling area where you're working, you can do that with one. The other one can illuminate the floor, and a third could illuminate the area. And I'll say it one more time, it really would be nice if they would have made these so that you can choose 1, 2, or 3, but I'm going to try something here when I get some time. They've got these 4 bolts. I'm going to take this apart down the road and see if I can't put a switch on it so that I can switch 2 of them to where maybe one of them, when I turn it on, will come on automatically, and then the other 2 I'll have switches on. And then that way, if I need them, fine. If I don't, then I'll have them all on. But the basic, or the main principle to that is, if you only need 1 or just 2, why have 3 on all at the same time when maybe 1 will do, maybe 2 will do. But again, for the price, I was very happy. So that's not a big issue, as I stated earlier. That was, the price is what drove me to buy this. Now if we take a look here at the very top plate, we'll see that we have 3 little compartments here, which they say you can put things in. They're very small. It'd have to be extremely small things. Then on this side and on this side only, not on the other side, you have these holes, which I guess you could put screwdrivers in. Then on the back side, there's a slot. And the only thing I can think of is if you put a, not really sure if you could put like a strap in there, but again, I'm not really sure why that's in there, but it's just a slot cut in it. Just your 3 holes here on this side that you see. Here you see that they've got these clamps, and they are adjustable. You can turn these if you want to loosen or tighten them. And those are used to, if we take the top one, those are used to loosen the different extensions. The top extension does rotate. You can rotate this around. The bottom extension does not rotate. Now when I first got this, again, this is your control for your top extension. This is the control for the bottom. The top was loose for my liking, and the bottom was a bit tight, but it's easy to take care of. All you got to do is turn either that one on the clamp or this one until you get the right slide, and that will require a 3mm Allen wrench. That's on the high setting, your initial, when you hit the switch. Hit it a second time, goes to medium. Hit it a third time, and it goes to the lowest setting. Hit it again, and it goes off. Alright guys, so I did that test that I stated in the beginning of the video, and as you can see, the battery is basically depleted when it does that. And this is the battery that I used, a 4 amp hour, because most people are going to have a 4 amp hour. So now if I turn this on, you'll see that that will come on. but give it a little bit and it's going to want to go off. So what I ended up doing is had a timer with the fully charged battery, turned this unit on, and basically just waited till the first time the light went out. There you see it starting to wane. So this is what I waited for. When it did this the very first time, well, this is actually holding up a little bit longer here. So basically, when it was at full strength, and it did this a few times, and it finally just went out. When the light went out, just like that, okay, when the light went out, now I did notice that I could pull the battery out, put it back in, and it would do what you're seeing here. But when it initially came on, and it ran, and it flickered, and it went out like you see this, the very first time from start to end like this was 3 hours and 16 minutes. 3 hours, 16 minutes on full. So with all three lights at the highest lumen setting, 3 hours, 16 minutes. So as you recall, the box said up to 12 hours on low. So, but a lot of times people are going to want to use high. So 3 hours and 16 minutes is not very good. So I guess people will be using the low. I'm not going to time the low and take the time to do that. Again, assuming that most people want to use the high. So that, there you are, guys. That's what I came up with. Did anybody else do a test? What did you come up with?